Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Diagnostic Trouble Code, DTC P0761, indicates that the Shift Solenoid Valve C is stuck in the off position within the Honda Civic models from 2011 to 2015. This issue affects the automatic transmission system, preventing proper gear shifting and resulting in driving complications. The Shift Solenoid Valve C is responsible for controlling the flow of transmission fluid to shift into different gears. Its location is generally within the transmission assembly, making access potentially complex. Before beginning any troubleshooting, it's crucial to gather relevant diagnostics, including freeze-frame data and onboard snapshots via the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, to inform the repair process. Understanding why this solenoid is malfunctioning can aid in effectively addressing the issue and restoring normal transmission function. The DTC P0761 specifically indicates a malfunction of the Shift Solenoid Valve C. This solenoid's primary role in an automatic transmission is to manage fluid flow, which is critical for the transmission's ability to shift between gears. Given its function, any issues with this solenoid can lead to incomplete or improper shifting, causing drivability problems. The location of Shift Solenoid Valve C is within the transmission assembly, typically found near the valve body. As a result, addressing this issue requires both careful inspection and sometimes replacement of the solenoid or associated components. When diagnosing issues related to this DTC, it's essential to recognize how the transmission's operation hinges on this valve. Several factors can lead to the activation of DTC P0761. First and foremost, a faulty Shift Solenoid Valve C is the primary suspect. If the solenoid itself is damaged or fails to function as intended, it will trigger this DTC. Another potential cause relates to low or contaminated automatic transmission fluid, ATF. Insufficient fluid or the presence of debris can hinder the solenoid's operation. Furthermore, an internal transmission failure may also be at play, such as wear and tear within the valve body, which can lead to erratic shifting behavior. All these factors must be considered when pinpointing the underlying issue causing this DTC to activate. Symptoms associated with DTC P0761 typically manifest as performance issues within the transmission system. Owners may notice a delay during gear shifts, which can affect overall vehicle responsiveness. Harsh or erratic shifting can also present, where the transmission shifts in a rough manner or skips gears unexpectedly. In some cases, warning lights on the dashboard may illuminate, serving as a visual indicator that there's an issue with the transmission's operation. These symptoms can lead to compromised drivability and should prompt immediate attention to prevent further damage to the transmission system. For the initial troubleshooting step regarding DTC P0761, start by warming up the engine to its normal operating temperature. This is essential because the transmission fluid needs to be at the correct operating temperature for accurate checking and performance. Next, verify that the automatic transmission fluid, ATF, is filled to the proper level and inspect for any visible fluid leaks that might indicate a more serious issue. Following this, you'll need to drain the ATF through a strainer and carefully inspect the strainer for any metal debris or excessive clutch material. The presence of these contaminants could indicate significant internal issues within the transmission, impacting its performance. Depending on the findings, you can make a more informed decision about the next steps in the troubleshooting process. For the second step in troubleshooting DTC P0761, begin by turning the ignition switch to the on second position, which energizes the vehicle's electrical system without starting the engine. After this, it is vital to clear the stored DTC from the system using the Honda Diagnostic System. HDS. This allows for a fresh start in testing the components involved. Subsequently, select the Shift Solenoid Valve C from the miscellaneous test menu of the HDS to execute an operation check. Pay close attention to whether a clicking sound is audible, indicating that the solenoid is operating correctly. If a clicking sound is heard, the solenoid is functioning as intended, and you can proceed to the next troubleshooting step. If not, it will be necessary to replace Shift Solenoid Valve C as it may be malfunctioning. In the third step of troubleshooting DTC P0761, you will need to perform a test drive with the shift lever positioned in D drive. This allows the transmission to shift through all 5 gears while you monitor its performance. During this time, it is crucial to keep an eye on the onboard diagnostics OBD status for the P0761 code using the HDS. After the drive, check whether the HDS indicates failed, which means the issue was replicated, suggesting a faulty shift valve C. If this is the case, you may need to replace the main valve body or the entire transmission to resolve the issue. If the HDS indicates passed, it may reflect an intermittent failure status, suggesting that while no current issues were detected, further monitoring or testing may be required. For repair verification of DTC P0761, begin by clearing the DTC through the HDS once more to reset any error messages. Then, conduct another test drive with the shift lever in drive, D, to confirm that the transmission shifts smoothly through all 5 gears. It's essential to replicate previous driving conditions to ensure an accurate assessment of the repair. During this test drive, closely monitor the OBD status through the HDS. Check if the system indicates passed, which signifies that the issue has been resolved and the transmission is functioning properly. If indicated as failed or not completed, further investigation will be necessary, including revisiting previous troubleshooting steps to ensure a permanent resolution is found. Upon completing repairs for DTC P0761, it is crucial to conduct a final repair verification process. First, confirm that the DTC has been successfully cleared from the system using the HDS. Next, look for any other pending or confirmed DTCs that may have emerged during the troubleshooting process. If any additional codes are present, address them according to their specific troubleshooting procedures. Finally, ensure that the transmission operates correctly without any lingering symptoms like rough shifting or delays. Completing these steps thoroughly ensures that the repairs made have been effective and that the vehicle is safe and reliable for continued use. To avoid encountering DTC P0761 in the future, emphasize preventive maintenance strategies. Regular automatic transmission fluid, ATF, changes help maintain adequate fluid levels and cleanliness, which are vital for optimal solenoid performance. Additionally, routinely inspect the transmission components as part of regular maintenance checks can prevent minor issues from escalating into significant problems. Monitoring for fluid leaks can also save you from future costly repairs, as early detection is key to preserving transmission integrity. By implementing these preventive measures, you can enhance the lifespan of the transmission and reduce the likelihood of DTC issues recurring. In conclusion, DTC P0761 serves as a clear indication of issues related to Shift Solenoid Valve C within the Honda Civic models from 2011 to 2015. Understanding the role of the solenoid and the importance of maintaining the automatic transmission fluid, ATF, is critical in troubleshooting this DTC. Following the provided troubleshooting steps systematically allows for accurate diagnostics and effective repairs. Addressing any symptoms promptly can help prevent further complications down the line. ensuring that the vehicle remains in optimal operating condition. Remember to implement preventive maintenance practices to enhance the longevity of the transmission and keep your driving experience smooth and reliable. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.